Hello, good people of the Queen City. This is Herman McKinney Jr. with DDT Real Estate Investment Company coming at you today with video number 5. But before we get started, let me first give you our website address and our phone number so that you can reach out to us. Our website address is www.ddtrealestate.com and our phone number is 704 659 5199. Well, hopefully this video is going to be relatively short, but I did want to discuss advantages, selling your home using a realtor versus trying to sell the house yourself, or what's called for sale by owner. Now let's first talk about selling a house using a realtor and what type of advantages you can expect when going that route. I would say the number one advantage, what should be the number one advantage in using a real estate agent is market knowledge. That real estate agent or broker should have extensive knowledge in terms of selling homes in your city, in your neighborhood, homes similar to yours. So why is that important? It's important because, everybody, the goal is to get the house sold at the optimal price. So that real estate agent should, when they meet with you for the first time and you're telling them, hey, I want to sell my house for $300,000, well, they should be able to tell you the data that supports, that will tell you whether or not the market will support the price that you're looking for. They may end up telling you that, hey, in the last 3 to 6 months, nothing in this neighborhood has sold for $300,000. And if you want to sell the house in a reasonable amount of time, hey, we recommend that you list a house for $250 or whatever the number is going to be. So that market knowledge is key, and that real estate agent should be able to provide that to you. The second advantage to using a professional real estate agent, I would say, is marketing. Now, not only will they list your house on the multiple listing service, also called the MLS, they also will perform some other marketing activities that will hopefully generate some marketing buzz or generate a lot of activities in terms of getting the house seen by as many prospective home buyers as possible. So that it could include having some open houses. It could include broker open houses where they invite other brokers in the community to look and view your house. It may be passing out flyers. It may be internet marketing. So there are going to be a variety of marketing tools at their disposal, and they should provide you a marketing plan to let you know what they'll be doing to sell your house as quickly as possible. Now, another advantage of using a real estate agent is presentation. So that real estate agent should be able to recommend to you improvements and repairs that you can make to your house to make it more appealing to the most number of prospective home buyers as possible. So that could be simple things like, hey, you need new paint, new carpet, or they may even pay out of their own pocket to have your house staged. And what I mean by that is they may rent furniture and artwork sometimes to have an interior designer kind of design some rooms in your house to give it more appeal to home buyers. So that would be another advantage in terms of using a realtor. And then the last thing I would say is, in terms of using a realtor, is transaction management. They should be, number one, they should be good negotiators in terms of getting you a good price for your house. But also, once the house is under contract, that professional real estate agent should be able to get you from contract to closing. And that, again, that requires some experience because there's a lot of things that can pop up that can hinder on-time closing. And you want to make sure that real estate agent has some experience in the business so they can get you to the finish line on time and, again, get you that price that you're looking to get for your home. So now that we talked a little bit about using a professional real estate agent to sell your house, let's talk about reasons why you may not want to use a realtor, and you may want to try to sell your house on your own or do what's called FSBO, for sale by owner. And at the top of that list in terms of why you may not want to use a realtor is the cost. Typically, the average sales commission on when you sell a house is 6%. That's a lot of money. Just for example, on a $200,000 house, 6% is $12,000. So as a home seller, you have to decide, is it worth it to me? Can I sell my house without having to incur that type of expense? Now, the other reason why you may not want to use a realtor is you may not have a choice. The realtors may not want to even list your house because your house, say, for example, won't pass the typical inspection. Maybe there's some health and safety issues regarding your house. Maybe there's extensive repairs that the house needs to be made to the house, and you've communicated to the realtor that you don't have the time nor the money to make those repairs. Well, they may say, hey, well, I'm not going to, they may say, hey, I'll pass on listing your house because if I do list it, it's going to be too much time and money on their end, and they don't make any money unless the house sells. And most buyers are looking for a move-in ready house. So that's the competition when you're selling a house in this market. So that's another reason why you may not want to use a realtor. And the third reason may be that maybe you just don't have time to go through the typical process of selling the house. It's a pretty long, can be a pretty long cycle in terms of finding the buyer. Then once you find the buyer, there's could be another 30 to 60 days before there's a closing because that buyer typically has to get financing. So maybe you want to see what you can do on your own to find a cash buyer. So those are two reasons that you may not want to use a realtor. So how does DDT come into play with all of this? Well, I would say that we offer a couple advantages that you may find appealing. Number one, we do have the market knowledge here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we know this market. We know what the prices are for different areas in the Charlotte area. And secondly, you don't have to worry about a 6% sales commission. If you sell your home to us, there'll be no commission, there'll be no title fees, there'll be no attorney fees. We'll cover all of the typical fees associated with selling your house. And then thirdly, we will buy homes in any condition, so you don't have to worry about making repairs. And then lastly, you can close fast and we can close on time on your schedule. So again, if those things are of interest to you, please reach out to us. Go to our website at www.ddtrealestate.com or call us on our phone number at 704-659-5199. Thank you.